Peace, peace. It's the touchless one. And man, I've been real busy lately. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to put up at least like 2 or 3 videos a week, but I've been real busy lately, and I've been doing some real intense research on things. Like that I'm gonna really need some more time before I can put these videos out. But nonetheless, though, man, I wanted to touch on this situation, man, because had I actually had a little not an argument, or I actually had like me and a few of my people who I work with. They actually, one of the girls actually brought this up. And she actually thought that this lady right here, her name is Megan. I'm sorry, Megan Markle. Okay, and she's marrying Prince Harry. Okay, and they are identifying this woman as a Negro. Okay, saying because her mother is Negro, so she's saying that the one drop rule again, right? So now we're gonna deal with this shit, man, because this shit right here gonna set Negroes back, man, 100 years. Okay, so you Negroes, you thought it was hard right now dealing with some of these women. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? You thought it was hard dealing with some of these women now. You know what I'm saying? Now, boy, they didn't upped it. They didn't upped it now that they think that this woman is marrying an actual prince. All right. So let's just deal with this. All right. First of all, for any of you people who think that Queen Elizabeth and these people are true royalty, they are royalty because they own everything and they do have the money or whatever. But they are proxy just as much as these proxy Native Americans that they showed. Okay. So if anyone know anything about the Moors, anything about 1492, you go back to 1492 or before the Moors was expelled from Europe, and you'll see that all them kings in Europe was black, all of them. But as soon as the Moors get expelled, now here come the Europeans. Now, if you really know anything about black nobility, I'm gonna do a video on this alone, just on that alone, and show you. But people already know. If you on my channel or whatever, and you already know. You at this point in time, you already did. You already should know about the Moors and the Moors in Europe, and that most of the kings in Europe was black. All the castles in Europe was occupied by Moors. None of the castles occupied by none of these Europeans until the Moors was expelled. So for you to think that this is a real prince, and also remember, Princess Diana. Remember, she wasn't real royalty. Prince Charles was supposed to be real royalty. A lot of people say that this is not even Diana's son. I mean, this is not Prince Charles' son right here. So there's a lot of stuff on that. You can do your own, do some research on that. Do some research on Prince Harry not being Prince Charles' son. Okay, so there's a lot of research on that. All right, but just for black women to come out and say, "Oh well," like listen, this woman right here can go either way. You understand what I'm saying? Like she don't look black when you first see her. And I'm gonna keep it 100. Light-skinned black women, you can identify. Even light-skinned black women with straight hair, you know that they got black in them. You know what I'm saying? But looking at her from the beginning, like you like, I don't really see it. I'm trying to see it. Maybe she had an afro or something like that. Maybe that might help, but I couldn't identify it at first. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this, man. All right. So let's say I'll be honest. I didn't know much about Meghan Markle before yesterday. Me neither. They say, but naturally, I got gritty with excitement, saying similar fashion to the women on my timeline when I found out about Prince Harry put a ring on it. Say a woman of color with impeccable blowout, I'm sorry, and a white coat is marrying into the royal family. They say, what can't black women do? As a society, we're rightfully moved beyond wanting to showcase fairy tales in it. Say who, when, if we marry is no longer at the top of our priority list. We want our girls to know that they have so much to accomplish. All right, so they think that, and this is the thing, right? Instead of saying, oh, black people, see, black women separate themselves from black men as a group. So they always say, oh, well, when black men accomplish something, oh, black people did it. But when black women do something, oh, they specify to say black women. And this is the bullshit. When listen, all accomplishment by black men in the early 1900s and beyond that, no one said, oh, well, the accomplishments of black men. They always said black as a whole. Now they think that this is because they know that black men don't agree with this. You can't include black men with this because she's not marrying a black man. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the problems I got with this is, first of all, she don't really look like a Negro, even though, yeah, her mother's a Negro or whatever, she really don't look like a Negro. She actually look a little bit like, what's the girl that, the singer, what's the joker name? Alan Thicke or whatever. I think her name is Paula something. I can't think of her name right now. But yeah, she actually look a little bit like her. You know what I'm saying? The first time I seen her, I had to really look like, okay, yeah, I can see she do got black in her or whatever though. But her, like, you gotta really look and really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have been around light skinned women. I've seen light skinned women my whole life. My mother's light skinned. And like I said, most light skinned women, you can identify them. You can look at them and say, well, damn, that's a black woman. You know what I'm saying? You can look at them and say, that's a black woman. You know that they not white. You can tell. But with her, it's kind of iffy. All right, so but it's still inspiring to see love happen for Markle, a successful American actress and humanitarian who identifies biracial. Her mother is African American and her father is white. It say, whatever, I ain't even gonna read that shit. It say, we need more women who look like us to succeed on the world stage. So this is the succeeding on the world stage for them to marry a white prince who's probably a proxy prince, who probably really not even a prince because his mother didn't even, I mean, the prince is actually not supposed to be fine. So there's a lot of things dealing with this shit that's crazy that people don't know about. But you know what? People who educated just read. People who intelligent read and then read between the lines. See, people educated, they just read it. They just, whatever they read it at face value. But intelligent people read it, they read it, and they look for all the stuff that's in that, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't match up to where we going with this, all right? So you trying to push an agenda of, oh, you married a prince or whatever, or you know, this is a major accomplishment for black women. You understand what I'm saying? How? So he put a ring on it? So because you go to the state or you go down to the city hall and you ask them to marry you, you love somebody and you marry them. Now, look, man, like I said, when you read Van Spucci's letter, all right, he talk about the people he encountered here in the Americas, right? He said they have no king, they have no lord, they have no province. Each man and each woman is their own king and queen. All right, so it's saying that they had no ruler. So for me to go ask somebody, oh, can I marry her? Because I love her. Can I marry her? This shit sounds stupid. It sounds stupid to anybody. Then, but you know what? I understand for women that is a form of security, that if you marry them, but if you know anything about a trust and how to put your family in your trust and do all that, then you'll be good to go. Then you will know about that. You know what I'm saying? And your woman have to entrust in your trust. So, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, man, like I said, man, putting a ring on it is cool, but you got to go buy a diamond from the Oppenheimers, which they made the standard for beauty by they making a commercial of a European woman giving of a European man and a European woman giving them a ring, and that started the propaganda and made the ring the official symbol of love. You can give a woman an apple or a pineapple, like, hey baby, I love you, let's get married. Who said you had to give this person a ring? And if you go back and you look, you'll see where it came from. You'll see where it came from. The same stolen diamonds that come from Africa or whatever, that literally run through the water, that people actually pick. There's so many diamonds that they find in Africa that they put them all on the market. The diamond only be worth like $5 or $6, man. So, all right, so it's saying we need more women to succeed. Yes, we have Serena and Serena, who also married to a European. It say on the 10th court, and then remember this too, right? The Aborigine women married one of these Europeans and gave their titleship up to the child. So the child that came through them, the European used that child as basically a vessel to where, okay, now we can get in. So Prince Charles, even though that Queen Elizabeth, they own the United States is owned by London, and the British own the United States. They get three quarters of whatever the United States fund or whatever funds or funds come through this. They get three quarters of that. Out of a dollar, they get three quarters of it. All right, so by him marrying a so-called black woman means now he can get into American society. And don't be surprised if you see him run for fucking president. Don't be surprised. Same motherfucker you see in Africa killing animals, saying like, yo man, it's just a lot, man. People these days, y'all see images and you let images deter you of what people are, man. You know, people is really extremely fucked up these days, man. All right, so it's saying that yes, we have Venus and Serena's, but what about Patricia Bath, who made the glaucoma machine? What about her? What about what's the other woman name? The one when they take her DNA. I can't think of her name right now. Actually got the book over there. When they take her DNA and they claim they use it for the like to put on the spaceships to coat the space. I can't think of her name right now. What about all these other women who made real accomplishments? Not no fucking sports stars or no fucking singers. And you saying Beyonce? But listen, there have been there have been just as big singers as Beyonce in the past. You know what I'm saying? Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston. They was big too in their time. You know what I'm saying? So, to say that, all right, that's a whole nother thing. I don't even go. It say, and Ava DuVernay. Ava DuVernay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That documentary 13. I think she's a Mason and a Boule, but she made that documentary 13. I don't know, but she also made that movie. What's the name of the movie? The fuck is the name of the movie when they on the bridge? It's gonna come to me about Martin Luther King and all of them, and they didn't even tell the accurate story of that or whatever. They didn't tell you that it was like what's Judge Joe Brown. He tells another story. Thelma. No, what is it? Is it Thelma? Yeah, Thelma. The movie Thelma. Judge Jones tells another story about that because on her movie, you see the black people bowing down and getting their ass beat. But Judge Jones said there was some niggas from the projects on that bridge that got busy that day. You know what I'm saying? She didn't tell that story. See, you can tell the stories about you submitting and please, and begging, and you still getting your ass smashed out. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, for her to make that movie 13, but see, the movie 13 is just putting you right back under their jurisdiction anyway. Because if you don't understand that subject matter jurisdiction, you have to understand. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of things that's going wrong that women are not going to subject themselves to because they are too intermingled into society. Okay? They use them as the ones who control us. So the women now are the ones who make the standard for the men. Well, why women doing this or whatever? Like, why are women doing that? Because they gave you a platform and now you can be independent away from a man. You don't need a black man now. Because the moral of a real marriage was we're going to come together, we're going to make a family, and we're going to be self-sufficient like that. You didn't see women back in the 50s getting divorces or whatever because there wasn't no social media, there wasn't none of this stuff or whatever. You didn't see a lot of the stuff that goes on back in the 50s because that woman needed that man. She didn't have a job. She could not go. Her man was the major supporter or whatever. But now that women get money, or women get the jobs or whatever, now they just venture off and start marrying these Europeans, or they rather be separate. You know what I'm saying? But when men was doing this shit all this time, supporting the family or trying to support the family, you know what I'm saying, until like the 70s came and the welfare and all that stuff came in, and then you had an option whether you can stay with this nigga or you can just go more towards the letting the colonists or this European society take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And then just losing faith in your man. And that's what happened, man. A lot of these women then lost faith in us no matter all these accomplishments by these black men. You see black men in the 1900s and even before then going to school and in college. How did we get in a situation we in now? To where you got all these, I mean, you can just count how many situations we got, from drugs, from single parent homes, from incarceration, and murder. It's a lot of problems that we had. Then in which in the 1900s you had black men who was striving for education and all this. How did we get to where we at now? Because the system was manipulated for us to be in the situation we in now. So I'm gonna read some more and I'm gonna cut this video. All right. So Ava DuVernay behind the camera. All right. It say, but we still being a part. I mean, being no, I'm sorry. Still being put on the first black woman superlative list. We need our girls to see that it's possible to be anything, including a princess. All right. So it say Markle engagement means that for the second time in recent history, we have a black woman filling a role seen by everyone everywhere. Now, this is not really a black woman. This is a woman in which we can say black because she does have a black mother, but she is not identifiable black to the eye. Say 8 years ago in the United States, we elected the first black president, ushering a new era. A new era of what? The first black president, look, man, all right. It say black family finally occupied the White House. So the black man wanted to be in the White House and didn't help the black people outside the White House. Michelle Obama becoming a role model for women, which is a transgender. It's saying girls around the world champion on the rights to education. Now, the rights to education, like I said, you had black men, you had the W.B. Du Bois, all these George Washington Carver. You had all these black men who was being educated back in the 1800s. Before then, okay. Before then, doing all this, doing all this great stuff or whatever. They only letting black women do what they do because they can control them. They only going to do that to a certain extent. But when black women start getting out of hand, they're going to take their power from them. Watch. All right. So, say Michelle Obama, whatever, champion for the. It's to health of our nation. It's a nation prior to Michelle Obama. We never seen black women assume the role of a flirtist and judging by the outcome of the 2016 election. It may be another century until we see the likes of Michelle Obama in office. Now, look, man, like I said, man, now look, Michelle and Barack Obama also represent something we love. We love seeing a black power couple. Say, give us more Jada and Will, more Beyonce and Jay. They said their relationship are perfect, but we root for them regardless. Sorry. It's a Markle relationship with Prince Harry is a bit more complicated. We're okay with black women who enter interracial union, but criticize black men for marrying white or non-black women. It say that's a different take for another day. It say as a proud mom of two girls, it's impressive that my oldest daughter's first family was black. It say now she's growing up with a black princess. How the fuck is she a black princess, man? And this is, you know what, man? I'm gonna stop this shit right here, man. All right, man. Look, man. This is what I'm saying. I'm not even reading no more of this, man. But this, because this is the bullshit, all right? So look, like I said, the first black princess, all right? So this is the standard now for women. This is what women think, like, oh, we got a first black prince that look white. She don't even look like no. And how her child gonna come out? Oh, she the one drop rule, and this is the bullshit or whatever. This woman do not look like a self-identifiable black woman. She's saying she's biracial, but this is the thing, right? You know the funny thing is, as all right, what I see is this, right? Like black people will hike or will like down light skinned people or will down their own colored people, but as soon as they see them with power, then they will claim them. And that's something that I always found kind of funny, and I always say how black men, even black men, how they feel about light skinned men, but they date light skinned women. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of problems that we got as a whole or whatever, but how we see things, how people are black when we need them until we need them. And that's the crazy shit that I see a lot or whatever. And you know, most of my people on my page, I don't identify as black. I'm an Aborigine in North America. All right, if you wanted to identify me as a color, I will identify as being a Moor, which is a dark complexion person. Whether I don't care about none of the critics. All right, so like I said, we are real funny when it comes to who's black and who's not black. The dude Jesse, what's his name, Jesse Williams or whatever, he looked more black than her, and people got on her. Like you can tell he's black. You can tell he got black in him. Yeah, he can look like a white dude if he grow real long hair or whatever though. But you can look at him and tell that he's black. This woman right here, you can't really tell offhand or whatever. So look, man, this is not the standard of beauty. I don't even believe this dude is a prince. The whole situation, I told you, you do your research on it, but we gotta stop falling for these fucking fairy tales, man. And then when people come, when these people come around, you people run around here and root. Oh shit, the prince in town, the same motherfucker you pay your taxes to, same people sent these people over here to do what they do. You people sit there and root for them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got enough. They doing way better than you. He ride around in fucking Bugattis. He ride around Bugattis and shit in the morning time and switch up to another car in the afternoon while you switching up on buses and you worried about this fake fairy tale or what you believe is a fairy tale. So you Aborigines, black people, African American women, y'all need to wake up, okay? Because this is not real. This is an illusion that you see. Okay, y'all sitting here rooting for this woman. This woman is not. I could tell if she was a dark-skinned woman, then you will have a claim, and even then we will still go in on that. But you got a woman who don't even look black, and y'all sitting here rallying for, oh shit, we got a black woman. Yo, you people are crazy. So with that being said, I'm gonna touch this one, and I'm out. Peace.